Hi, welcome to my channel, Not Your Average Weight Loss. I'm Karen. If you're new here, thank you for joining my channel. I appreciate that. If you're already been here, welcome back. So let's get right on into it. Today's video is how I'm losing fat and not muscle on a GLP-1. I'm 56 years old, mother of one, going through menopause, and I've been on compounded tirzepatide for about, since April of 2025. My highest weight was 193, and I've lost over 50 pounds since then. It's great. So let's jump right in. So everyone says you lose muscle on a GLP-1. And by the way, I have some notes, so that's why I'm looking up medication. But as I stated, I'm down over 50 pounds, and here's what actually happened to my muscle. So am I losing fat or am I losing muscle, right? Because those are two different outcomes. When you're in a calorie deficit, as I was when I first started my journey, I was eating about 1,200 calories per day. And especially on a GLP-1 where, as you know, your appetite is reduced, your body doesn't just lose fat automatically, right? By the way, how I determined what my calorie deficit would be for the day, as I wanted, to start my weight loss journey on these medications, I use the TDEE calculator. It's real easy. You put in some information and it gives you a bunch of information that's very helpful. So I would definitely recommend you using it. So if you're not careful, you can lose muscle too, right? It's not the medication that's doing it. It's the calorie deficit. And when you lose weight at a very rapid pace, that's going to happen. And at our age, I'm 56, like I mentioned, muscle matters. It's crucial to our metabolic health and longevity for three reasons, right? Muscle protects metabolism, muscle supports bone density, muscle keeps us strong and independent, which I want to be. So this wasn't something I wanted to ignore. This was important to me in my journey. So I've lost, like I said, over 50 pounds so far, but I didn't want to see just that the scale dropped. I wanted to see the fat drop, particularly my belly fat, especially going through menopause. I had, I'm a mom. So I wanted to, noticeably see that belly fat reduced. And here's what I noticed. My strength has improved. Progressive overload is a thing. It really, really helps. If you've seen my other videos, I strength train. I used to strength train every day, lift weights every day. Now I do about 3 to 5 days a week. Unfortunately, I haven't been doing it that consistently for the past 2 weeks, only because I did tear a tendon in my tricep. I think I was doing too many push-ups. That's a whole other story. Anyway, my muscle definition is more visible, which is great. I looked in the mirror and I can see muscle. My body composition looks different. I'm not just smaller. I'm stronger. I'm healthier. The scale is one number. Body composition tells a totally different story. I mean, you can have two people the same weight and one person's body looks totally different than the other person's body, even though they're the same weight. It's because of muscle, right? That's the variable there. So this didn't happen by accident. Here's what I focused on from the beginning. Number one, protein. I'm sure you heard about this before. I prioritize protein every single day. Not perfectly, but intentionally. When appetite is low, it's easy to undereat, especially protein. That's a mistake. I do not recommend that. Put protein first. Eat that first. Now that I am in a reverse diet, I definitely make sure to eat at least 130 to 170 grams of protein per day. How much protein should you eat? I typically would say 1 gram, 0.5 to 1.8 to 1 gram of protein per your ideal body weight. But there's so much information on that. You can definitely research that and find out what's right for you. Number 2, strength training. Like I said, I lift weights regularly. I also lift weights heavy, which is the progressive overload. But consistent strength training signals to your body to keep the muscle. We need it. You know that old saying, use it or lose it? It's true. So if you don't give your body a reason to keep the muscle, it won't keep it, okay? Number 3, I didn't crash diet. My calories were controlled, but not extreme. I never ate under 1,200 calories. I made sure to hit the 1,200 calorie goal every day. Going too low on your calories will definitely increase muscle loss. Guaranteed. It's not a good thing. As I mentioned, I'm currently on a reverse diet. You can see my previous video if you would like more information on that. But it has helped me to lose fat and gain muscle. And it helped me reduce my belly fat, which is what my goal was. Number 4, I didn't rush my dose. So I stayed at a lower dose longer. I did start on 2.5 milligrams, and then I increased to 3 milligrams, and I've stayed on the 3 for my entire journey. I understand everybody's different, of course. That's the dose that worked for me. You need to figure out what works for you. Remember, more medication doesn't necessarily mean better body composition or faster weight loss. I think we realize that now. It just means less appetite, and sometimes that can work against muscle retention, right? So GLP-1 medications don't automatically cause muscle loss. Rapid weight loss without protein and strength training does. That's an important distinction. The medication reduces appetite. What you do with that reduced appetite determines your results, right? I see people make a few common mistakes, not tracking protein. If for me personally, if I don't track something, I'm not going to know, right? How are you going to know if you don't track anything? Not lifting at all or doing any type of activity. I walk. So because I'm not lifting heavy and I'm not lifting consistently, I try to get in 2 miles a day. I live in New England, so the weather's awful here. It's bad. It's been really cold. So I walk on a walking pad, and you can get one on Amazon. They're fairly cheap. It's been a lifesaver. It really has. So, but if you want to gain muscle and keep muscle, weightlifting is the ideal choice. Eating very low calories also for a long period of time is not a good idea. Your body's going to go into that starvation mode, and it's going to hold on to the fat, whatever fat you have. So again, you can check out my reverse diet video. It gives a little bit more detail in regards to that. And avoiding resistance training because you just feel tired. That combination can absolutely lead to muscle loss. At 56, muscle isn't an option for me. It's mandatory. It's protective. It's my longevity, my health. So if you're on a GLP-1 and not thinking about muscle, you're missing half the picture, really. This isn't just about being smaller. It's not about the scale, what the scale says. It's about being stronger, more independent as you age. At least it is for me, and healthy. So if you're starting your GLP-1 journey, don't panic about muscle loss. I don't want you to panic about that. Just be intentional, right? Prioritize protein, lift something heavy, don't starve yourself, and think long term, because you're going to be in maintenance soon. It's going to come. Trust me. It comes a lot sooner than you think. You can lose fat and protect muscle. I'm proof. You can definitely do it, especially with these GLP-1 medications. You just have to participate in the process. GLP-1 medication is a tool. You have to be doing all of the things if you want to keep your muscle or gain muscle, which can happen even on a GLP-1. Like I said, I'm proof. It happened to me. So if you're on a GLP-1 journey, a weight loss journey, and want some conversation, some tidbits, I'm in maintenance right now. You want some hints about long-term success, subscribe and stay with me. I'd love to have you, reach out to me with any comments. Speaking of which, I do answer all my comments. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Are you strength training on your journey? What are you doing? What activities are you doing? I'd love to know. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining and listening to me on this video. I appreciate your time. And actually next week, I'm going to do another video on my reverse diet. It's going to be part 2. I'd love for you to tune in. And please have a wonderful rest of your weekend and enjoy. Bye-bye now.